Hi, Charlie. Say hi. Hey guys, it's Jane. We're here with Charlie. And for this video, we are in my bedroom because I bought a lot of things over the weekend and it was way too much to set up on the table, and I needed to get some more space to talk about everything, so I figured we would do it in here. And he decided that he wanted to join us, so we've mutually agreed that he will behave and not break anything. So let's get started. So, I actually thrifted everything from technically four different locations. The first was from the little thrift shop that I go to in Edgewater. Two of the locations were estate sales, and then I made a quick stop at Goodwill yesterday and just got one thing. So we'll just kind of go down the list. I have my little printed list here of everything that I got so I can keep track. And we'll just do the same thing we've been doing. I'll just go over some of the things that I bought, what I paid for it, and some of the research that I've done as far as comps go. So Joy Thrift, I got a few things there. Everything that I bought at Joy Thrift, total, the cost was $4.50, and I walked away with a good amount of stuff. So first up, we have this little guy. He's pretty cool. He's like a strawberry shelf sitter. I've seen these before in other videos, and other resellers have talked about them before in the past, that they were pretty good sellers. Some of them I think you can get pretty good money, like upwards of $50 for some of them. They're collectible. But I think the craze of them has died down a little bit. I don't think you can get as much money for them as you used to. But still, I couldn't resist when I saw him, because I had never found one before, and I really like him. I tend to go toward the anthropomorphic stuff. It really, I just think it's cute. Some people might think it's creepy, like my husband. But, nevertheless, I saw him and I had to pick him up. He does have, a couple little chips there on his leaf on the back. But otherwise, he's great, So I did a little bit of research on him, and he goes for around $8 to $10, so not a lot, but I just couldn't resist picking him up. So, and I'm not really sure the maker of those, because it doesn't have any kind of maker's mark or anything like that, but he was cute. The next thing was this owl platter. It looks vintage, it has a vintage look to it, but it is more modern. I was looking at it, and it doesn't have any chips or cracks or anything like that, and then I turned it over, and it still has the original, it still has the sticker on there from a company called T or TII or whatever, and it's food safe, so I definitely think it's more modern, but it just reminds me of those old, what are those called, the owls that you used to hang. I think it's like the macrame. Everybody used to be into the macrame and the owl decor and all that kind of stuff, so I thought, I would pick that up, and I thought that would be a nice piece for fall. Just a serving platter, or just something to set out around Thanksgiving time, something like that. I haven't been able to find any that have sold as far as this exact pattern, but similar ones can go for around $25. So I thought that was good. The next thing was just this little bud vase. I just picked it up because I like the glaze on it. I like the coloring. It's got kind of a lighter green that goes into this darker green, but it's got a little bit of brown in the middle here. No damage. It does have crazing in it. Some people stave away from crazing, but I just think that it gives the pieces more character and it speaks to their age. So I just thought that was cute. And similar ones of that can go around $10 to $12. So I just wanted to pick that up. The next thing at Joy Thrift was just this little crackle glass vase. I really like the look of crackle glass. It's delicate and a lot of people collect it. And I really just liked the shade of the blue on this. So I figured somebody else would like it too. It's, again, no damage on that or anything. And similar ones of those can go for around $20. So I thought somebody might like that. Let's see. The next thing that was exciting for me, but maybe not so exciting for other people, was this, what do you call it? Handkerchief vase. Because I've never found one before, but I like the looks of them. Just that pinched glass look. It's just a basic white cased glass. No big deal, you know. But they can go for around, I don't know, 12 to 15. If you get one that's like a specific maker, like if you were going to get one from like Murano glass, or, you know, like, you know, good Italian glass, or like Czech glass or something like that, then you're talking about bigger bucks. But as far as just a basic vase with no specific maker, 12 to 15 is about right for that. How are you doing over there, huh? How are you? He's just watching me like, what are you doing? Because he's not used to this. So the next thing that I picked up, I don't usually go for these kind of items, but I could tell this was vintage, and I just thought it was interesting because it's a scale from American Family. Let me try to get it to focus. It's kind of like dark in here. I think that's part of the issue. But anyway, American Family Diet Scale from Chicago. It's older, you know, it's definitely vintage. It's got some rust areas there on the metal. But I mean, it's functional. It works. You know, you put something down on it and it will weigh it. And it goes up to a pound. And I think this part of it, I can't confirm, but I think this part of it might be, what do you call it? It's not plastic, but it's like a vintage material they used to use on a lot of this kind of stuff. Hey buddy, can you lay down? Charlie, lay down. Lay down. Good boy. Good boy. So yeah, anyway, these can go for around 10. So again, not a whole lot, but I just grabbed it because usually when I go to Joy Thrift, I don't really have to think a whole lot about what I'm grabbing because the prices are so cheap. So if I see something that I'm drawn to at all, I'll just go ahead and pick it up. Because again, like I said, everything that I bought there, the whole total was $4.50. The next thing there was, was this butterfly crock, vintage butterfly crock. You could use it as a utensil holder. You could put pens or pencils in it or whatever. I just really like the look of it. I like butterflies, and I could tell it was older. It has crazing again, but it doesn't have any chips or cracks on it, and definitely has that vintage look. And this one goes for around 12 to 14. So, not bad. I really like the coloring on that too. That like classic cream with the brown. It's definitely like a 60s or 70s vibe. Next, from Joy Thrift, I got this Otagiri mug. It was just it has like a seashell theme on it. I could tell that it was Otagiri just because I'm used to their patterns and the way that they do their pottery. So when I picked it up and I saw the sticker there, it confirmed it was Otagiri. But then unfortunately when I got home I realized, like, I didn't even see this crack in it. There's like, you could probably see it right now, but there's just a line, a vertical line going down, and it goes all the way through the mug. So I'm just going to hold on to this just for decoration, because I don't feel comfortable shipping items that are damaged like that, because I know that by the time it reached the buyer, that thing would crack right in half, and I don't want anybody to be upset. So I'm just going to hold on to it just to decorate the table. But if it wasn't damaged, those can go for around $14 to $16. So let's see. The next thing was this little brass bookend. I unfortunately couldn't find its mate, but I picked it up because it's cool, and I really like vintage brass. I just think it's neat. So it's a little ship, and it's definitely vintage. It's older. It's got some like rust areas there, and the brass is definitely like oxidized and has some age to it, but I just figured maybe somebody that's into sailing or nautical items, or even somebody that's, in the Marines or has that nautical history in their family might appreciate something like this. Singles of these typically go for 10 to 12, but I've seen pairs of them go for closer to 18. So, yeah. I just thought that was cool. Next, and I think this was the last piece that I got, and actually is going to end up being my most profitable piece from Joy Thrift, is this little tiny plate. And this plate is 4 inches in diameter. And you might be wondering, well, like, that doesn't really seem like a whole lot. Why would you say it's your most profitable thing? Well, because it's enamel on copper, which is a big deal for collectors of this kind of thing. They love enamel on copper, and because of the design of it and the age of it and everything, these, even a size this small, these can go for like $40 just for one. So I couldn't tell what it was until I picked it up, and then there's like a weight to it that I could tell that it was copper. And then you can't probably see in the video. Well, yeah, you can see a little bit. You see that, like, you can see the coppery glow on the rim there. So, yeah, and then like when you shine it in the light, like, it's really, like, the colors just really gleam. It's really pretty. But anyway, yeah, so those can go for around $40. So that's everything I got from Joy Thrift. And I think that was Monday? Yeah, that was... No, sorry. That was Saturday, because I had to go over there to donate some stuff, and they're only open 2 days a week. They're open Saturdays and Mondays. So that was on Saturday morning that I went there. The other place that I went on Saturday was the First Estate sale. And the First Estate sale, I ended up getting 3 things from that estate sale, and that is where I spent the most amount of money. And the reason why I spent as much money as I did is because I know that I can get a very good return on the items that I picked up. And I'm just going to move this because I feel like it's going to fall. But anyway, so there's 3 items that I picked up. The first one is this kind of yellow opalescent bowl. It's Vaseline glass, and unfortunately I don't have a black light yet. I'm actually waiting on one to get shipped here, because I've never picked up Vaseline or uranium glass, but I can kind of tell what it looks like when it's not lit up. But if I was to shine a black light on this, you could definitely tell that it was Vaseline glass, because it will glow. And you can kind of, it's already kind of glowy right now, even just in the normal light. But so, it's not marked or anything like that, but I think in my research of this, it was showing me that this was Northwood, antique Northwood. So, I think this is like, I want to say like early 1900s. I'm not going to put a specific date on it because I don't really remember, but this doesn't have any damage. It's gorgeous, and if I could show you how it would glow, you would be mesmerized by that. So that can go for around $30 to $40. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even tell you how much I spent at this estate sale. $130 is what I spent. Okay, so this can go for $30 to $40. Now I'm going to turn around because I didn't put the other two on the bed because of this guy, and they're my most expensive items, so I didn't want to risk them getting broken. But I'm going to turn around and show you. So these are the other two things that I got. Okay, so I'll start with this one. So this is a Fenton fairy lamp. A lot of people that collect fairy lamps are very into fairy lamps, and they like to collect the different colors and the designs and everything like that. And then even aside from that, people who collect Fenton are into the fairy lamp thing as well. Now this one is a limited edition color. It was a QVC exclusive color, and it's actually signed by Shelley Fenton, which I don't even know if I'm going to be able to show you the signature, but I can try under the light here. So hold on. Let's see. So the Fenton mark, hold on. Focus. I don't know. My camera's old, guys. I'm sorry. But anyway, the regular Fenton mark is right in the center here, where there's like a little circle. And then her signature is on the bottom, and you can kind of see it right there. But yeah, so she signed this. And yeah, so these can go, especially with the fact that this has no damage and it has all three pieces, these can go for around $230 or even up. So I think what I might do is I might list it a little high and see what happens because of the condition and because it has all three pieces. Because a lot of times you'll find these and they don't have this piece, this insert where you can actually put the candle. They'll only have these two, which you could still use it like this. You could put a candle in it, but then see this is not going to sit flush to this. It's not going to be steady. So yeah, this can go for around $230 or more. And I just love it. I think I even might, like, I don't know, but I think I might hold on to it for a little bit just because I love the coloring. It almost has like if you're familiar with carnival glass, like it's got that carnival glass like opalescence to it, that iridescence, I guess you would say. Very, very pretty. So I'm really excited about that. The second thing, and the last thing, or the third, I'm sorry, it's the third item that I got from this estate sale, is this bird. Sorry about that, guys. My video cut off because I guess it was too long. I'm not sure. I might end up even breaking this up into 2 videos because of the length, but we'll see. So this is the last item that I got at the First Estate sale. It is a bird bookend here, and it is crystal. And what makes this so special is it is by Lalique, and Lalique is a very high-end crystal brand. They make other things as well, but crystal is one of the things they do. And the research that I did on this, it's a little bit crazy because the prices of these are a little bit all over the place. But it's what it is, it's a bookend. Okay? So you'll see some of them being sold in pairs and some of them being sold as singles. Now I obviously only have the one. So when I was researching it, I came across some of the singles that were being sold. And the singles can go anywhere from around $230 up to $500 just for the one. And I couldn't really tell what any difference between one that sold for the $230 versus the $500. The only difference that I found in the one that sold for $500 was that it had the original Lalique sticker right here. That is literally the only difference that I could see. This has no damage, no chips, no cracks whatsoever. And also, even with the fact that it doesn't have the sticker on it, it does have a Lalique signature. Which again, with my camera being so old and it's so dark and I can't focus it, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show you the signature. But it's right, hold on. It's right up at the top where the flat line is at the back. You can kind of see it there. But anyway, it says Lalique on it, and then it says another word that I can't make out. But it's definitely Lalique. It's not a reproduction. It is the real deal. So yeah, so I'm very excited about that. So again, that's why I was willing to drop $130 on those 3 pieces, the Vaseline glass bowl and then these 2, because based on comps, I knew that I could go a little bit higher. So yeah, and it was a little nerve-wracking because that's the highest I've ever done on an estate sale. It's the biggest amount of money I've ever spent, and you know, it was a risk, but it's a risk that I was willing to take based on my research. So, it's very exciting. I haven't posted any of these yet. I've posted some of the other stuff for sale that we've talked about so far, but I haven't posted those yet, so I'll have to keep you in the loop as far as what happens with the sales on that. So yeah. And then we'll go into the last estate sale next.